everybody, and welcome back to another Come Create a Card with me. So this is actually a bit of a revisit, or not really a revisit, of some of the cards that we created a few weeks ago. These were the mini cards that were the triangle fold, and they are about a half a size, or yeah, about half of a standard size card. They're perfect for adding to the outside of a gift without an envelope. They are great as giant tags because they do have a fairly large amount of space there to write in of a little bit of a message. So if you haven't already had a look at these ones, make sure that you go back into my YouTube, and I will try and link it below as well. I am Rachael Merrick. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator from Southeast Queensland in Australia. I am going today to show you how to create this gorgeous little mini file folder which has these note size cards. So this is the size that we created. So this box, these will actually go into here. They create themselves a little gift. So I like at Christmas time to give people tags and cards that they in themselves can use and create and hand out to other people as well. So I have given a bit of time and effort into doing a PDF to download. This will be available in the link below, and it will be available for you to download from my blog. However, I'm just warning you now that they are in centimeters because I am using metric, because in Australia that's what we use. I will be using this one, but don't fret. If you are wanting to do exactly the same thing, all you need to do is grab the online converter, which I have the link below on my link as well, and you can then, excuse me, my dogs are barking, then you can convert all of that. It is fairly straightforward with this one. So let's make start. I'm going to actually use basic white cardstock for this one. I'm going to bring in, excuse me, my trimmer for today. So if you haven't already followed along on my blog by subscribing, make sure that you do. These are some great ideas that are coming up in the next couple of weeks with Christmas coming up. So if you are running late or you like to wait a little bit longer before creating, then this is sort of the sorts of ideas that you can do. You can knock a few of these together in no time. And these little cards that I did the other week are very quick to put together with some leftover DSP as well. So let's start. It does hold between 5 and 8 cards. We don't want them to be too fat for it, but then there's plenty of room. Of course, this size also would make a great spot to throw in a little gift card. So not only are you giving a little gift of these to hand out, but a little gift card for yourself as well. All right, so our cardstock is going to be 21 centimeters wide and 14 centimeters height. So it's only, like I said, fairly small. It looks small anyway. All right. So these are the instructions here, but I am going to show you how to do that. So I'm actually going to start along this section, and I'm going to do it score it at 3 centimeters because that's going to start our bottom section. Okay. And then along here, I am going to do 1 centimeter. So just a little bit of a section. And then 9 centimeters. Then 11 centimeters. And then 19 centimeters. Here. And that should leave you with, I'll be left with 2 centimeters. So I'm hoping that, I'm just going to double check that I've got the right amounts there. So this section here should be 8 centimeters, and this section here should be 2. Yep. So I've obviously got a little bit extra 21 centimeters wide is what it should have been. Okay, doesn't really matter. I'm going to show you why in a second. Now, we've done all of that scoring. You can see in this PDF, we are now going to make some marks here. So we've got 2 centimeters in from this part of the score line, and then also 5 centimeters up. So the best way to do this is just to mark with a little bit of a pencil. And I'm going to use my ruler for this. Just going to move that to the side for a second. Both sides. So like I said, from the center here, we're going to put a 2 centimeter here and a 2 centimeter on the opposite side. So this is our spine here. And then that's where I've done it wrong. So that's actually supposed to be 3 centimeters. So let me just pop that back on here. It's because I was too busy chatting. So let's go back to 1, 9, and then it should be 12. I think I did 11. Whoopsies. Okay, it's not going to matter. And then all the way back to 20. Right, that's a little bit better. So let me change my marking here again. So it's 2 centimeters from here. I thought it looked a little odd. Okay, so it's this mark and this mark, so 2 centimeters either side. Just so you can see, there's a mark there and a mark there. All right, and then up from the section, up from this scored line here, we're going to go up 5 centimeters, and that is going to be all the way to the edge here. So all the way to that side, and on this side 5 centimeters all the way to here. So just so you can see, I'm going to actually go from this line to this line, and those 2 marks are going to, that's where our we're going to cut off on our trimmer, and again from here. Like so. So let me just grab that out. You could do all of this without a trimmer, but I do find that I get a much nicer, cleaner cut than if I were to try doing it with my scissors or anything like that. Okay, number 1 done, and number 2 done. Like that. Okay. Now, I am going to get my scissors out, and I am going to add some mitered cuts to these sections here at the bottom. So, we've got one here. Okay. So that's going to just make it sit a lot better when we are folding this together. So you can see how little this is. Okay, very, very cute. Looks really cute if you wrap it all up with a bit of cellophane, because they're only little. It's quite easy to do. And just a bit of a ribbon over the to tie it all up, and it would be very, very cute. All right, so that's our first part. Let's just go through and use our bone folder to add some of these creases. And one more here. There. Then we're going to just do the bottom sections as well. Okay. And our 2 little ones here, I'm not so worried about. All right. So I'm just going to show you how it comes together quickly. Now, of course, there's a piece here at the front. That's not going to be together. So we are going to cut an extra piece. This one here is 3 centimeters wide. Okay, not very big. 3 centimeters wide. And then 8 centimeters. Whoops. And I'm going to score that at 3 centimeters there as well. Okay. All right, let's put this part together. So to glue this one together, I'm going to show you how this goes together. So the base of our card is going to come together like so. So let's put a little bit of glue in order to do it. So I'm going to put it on this tab here and this one as well. So I'm going to put one and, whoops, wrong way, two, so that they all come together quite straight like that, holding it together. This is the base here. Okay, and now you can see, oops, I've got one tag bit in. So these ones are just going to tuck in there, and then we're just going to adhere this. Now the reason I've got this tab, and it will go on the bottom, is I just want it to actually be a lot more stable. Now I haven't cut that correctly, and I apologize because that's not correct either. All right, I'll just double check. It should be, should have been 6 centimeters, not 5. So I'll have to adjust that on my PDF before I download it for you all. So 6 centimeters. Yeah. And really the extra tab, it doesn't have to be as big as this one. This is just to hold it underneath. So to glue this in, I'm going to glue here and here, and then underneath this one. Okay, so we're going to line it up and line this one up. Oops. It's not the easiest to get it to stay in one spot, and you could do them one at a time if you would like. I just kind of do a hope and a prayer and hope that it will stay together with a bit of glue. It will stay after just a few seconds using the Tombow glue. So that's where it's going to stay together. All right. All right, I'm going to pop it to the side for a second, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually embellish it. So I'm going to grab some of our DSP, beautiful DSP that I'm using today, and that is the Traditions of Christmas DSP. Let me grab out a couple of different ones, see what I want to use today. Let's do, I think I might do this one on this side, either side, and then I might just do this little one either side. So I'll show you how. It's a bit of a trick. I did see a few of people doing a few different ways of doing this to actually give you a little an accurate cut, I guess I should say, whilst it's still bordered. So in any, it doesn't really matter if you're doing this size or anything bigger, this gives you a bit of a tip. So you can see here, let me do it this way, you might be able to see this a bit better. Okay, our box actually measures 8 centimeters by 11 high. So I want that 0.5 centimeter less. So I said no, 8, so it's 7.5. You want to line up today, okay? And remember what I said this way? It was 11 centimeters. So I'm going to go 10.5. I'm going to do it twice because 7.5. Either side will need to be the same. I might have to get that out of the way. 10.5. Okay, let's start with these two pieces. Okay, so the easiest way to do this, you can see already when I've got them like this. Can you see here? There. That. For the border all around the outside there. Okay, you can see it there. Now, in order for me to get this border here as well, you can do it one of two ways. You can cut this off exactly as it is and then take your extra quarter of a centimetre off there, or you can have a go at this one where you actually lift it across and then cut across here. So I'll give that one a go. Okay, so I'm going to move it up to here and have it so it's flush on this top section, and then equal it on either side. Turn it over very carefully. Grab my scissors, which have disappeared. There they are. And I'm going to very carefully and slowly, without it moving, I'm going to chop that part off like so. Okay, and when we put it back on here, it's exactly where it needs to be. Okay, you can see that. Perfect. So let's do the other side as well. So you need to do this side. Like I said, I'm going to lift it all the way to the top on flush, hold it together, and I'm going to cut this off. Okay, let's glue those on to make sure that they're in the right spot, ready to go. Okay, now the front and back side, or the two spines, the spine and the front, are pretty straightforward because they are just straight cuts. There's no angle on that one. Beautiful. I will rub those marks out a bit later. Okay, go this one here, so it all lines up. There we go. Now these two sides, like I said, I'm going to change the colour. So I'm going to bring in a bit of plainer DSP here, and they are 3 centimetres. So I'm going to go 2.5, and 2.5 makes 5. So 2.5 we'll start with here. Okay, 2.5. And it was as high as, remember we said, I'm going to put it on here, it is 11 centimetres, so we're going to go 10.5. And the reason I'm actually measuring everything is because, like I said, often you go to look at instructions like I have today and it's not right, or you've miscalculated or put the wrong. At the moment, I'm actually probably more than anything, I've probably just accidentally written down the wrong number. Okay. And for the top one, again, measure here on the side. It's 6 centimetres, so we want it to be 5.5, and I've got just enough there. Whoops, just enough there to cut there for the front. I love the fact that Stampin' Up, all of our colours coordinate really well, which means that, you know, when I'm doing all of these projects, it's kind of a no-brainer. Everything all sort of looks really nice together. Don't have to worry too much about any of that. All right, that is the basic part of the box. And you can fit those in. There's 4 in there. And I have actually got a whole heap that I had made previously on a different style, just an open little mini card there, and there's 5 of those there. So I'm going to pop these in just to show you, because that is actually 5 and 4, so 9 that fit there. It's a little bit fatter because I've used dimensionals as well, but it's not too bad. Look at that. All right, let's decorate, and then we're done. So I'm going to decorate the front of this one. It's very narrow is the word, so we are going to keep it pretty simple. So this one here is too big. Can you see that? It's just too big. But what we can do is we can actually make it larger, and we can add our sentiment and everything to that. So to do that, I have got one that's already done. I'm actually going to add another tag. So we're going to add like a tag at the front here, but it's not going to probably work with this one. I probably more so need a little red one. So we're going to add that, and we're going to add our little bit of stamped sentiment as well, and then decorate it a little bit more with our shining, sparkling sequins, sorry. Okay. So a little bit of a space here. I'm just going to move some of this across so that it's easier for me to do. I am going to see, just for you, I think I will use for this one. Now I'm going to use Secret C for this one, which I thought had disappeared. Hang on. Maybe I can't. Oh, it's right in front of me. Oh my goodness. There we go. Secret C, which is a part of our DSP here. So, okay, just for you, has to go that way, this little tag. I'll lift it up a bit, like so. Okay, this one here, I am going to, I'll probably cut that one. So if I'll bring in these traditional label dies here. Now a lot of these actually, they all, what's the word for it, go together. It's not the word I'm thinking of. I don't know. Anyway, they stack together is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to pop this one. I'm going to actually put it in the center, I think. It will just fit. So give me a second. I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to throw this one through my machine. Okay, and then there we go. Very cute. There's our second tag. Yeah, there we go, like so. So they can be one on top of the other, like so. I'm going to add a little a hole to it. So I'm going to glue them just on one side so that they are one on top of the other, like so, like that. I'm going to add that little hole there, like that. Okay, so that's where it's going to sort of hang there. I'm going to actually add some what do you call it, some twine to that in a moment. Now that means that this one's going to be hidden, so I might actually stick that on the side. No, I'm not going to do that. I am going to add it on this side so that kind of pokes out a little bit like that. Okay, it's a lot of over embellishing, I know that, but I want it from the front to be very, very cute. So that's what we'll do. So let me add a little bit of twine. I have got some gold twine, which I don't think is in the shop this time around, and mine is an absolute mess. I'm not going to put it on camera because it's dreadful. One of mine just would not come apart. Okay, I'm going to show you just a second. look at it. I had to end up cutting it, and then it's just come into lots and lots of strands that are all wrapped together. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to, that one actually stays there. Look at that. I'm going to put our, actually no, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to make a bow by putting some of this through our little hole first, like so. Then I am going to actually tie it. This is going to really test my hands. Okay, and then I am going to make a bow, little teeny tiny bow, and watch myself freak out trying to get it to line up like that. Oh, wow, I actually did it first time round. How about that? Okay, so this is going to then go on here. So it's going to have to go so it's not hanging down the side. So to do that, I probably couldn't have, I could have gone without even gluing that on, but it just depends on what kind of label and stuff you want to add. Could have put it on the other side as well, but I won't. And let's see, I want to go that way, and it's not Can't sit down the bottom here. It's just got to be this way instead. I'll just try and move it just that slight bit. If I have to, I'll cut that bit off actually, just so it sits nicely. Like that. Okay. So I might even go a little bit lower even, just whilst it's still drying. There we go, that's a bit better. And we've got the flowers on that side as well. Okay guys, that is it. From the back side, yeah, it's a bit much, but that's okay. Wrapped up in a little bit of cellophane will be cute. This is our mini file note holder for our little note cards. So I thank so much everyone for joining me. I have loved chatting in the chat with everybody else. If you did miss the premiere, please make sure that you come and join me over on YouTube. Follow along on my channel as well. This will be a good one to go back and have a little look at, and then create these little boxes. Yeah, so there you go. Make sure you like my post as well. I love that, and a little bit of a comment is even better. All right, thanks everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.